I put a V8 engine into a personal watercraft. That maybe possibly was inadvisable. Have you ever wondered what would be the next thing to break on the LS powered turbo personal watercraft? Broke the engine in the LS powered V8 turbo personal watercraft, and you can see this piston is broke here, like the rings butted, but also it is melted here. So this is the exhaust system that feeds our turbo, and right here near the V-band the pipe is cracked. But my question is, does that cause this? So what do you guys think? I know it's going to take a lot of time and effort to get this thing back up and running. Hopefully it will be worth it because you guys will be entertained watching the video. We'll just start with the crankshaft and we'll rebuild it. You want your crankshaft to rotate smoothly and freely in the engine. This crankshaft got a little bit chewed up when the pistons melted and was not rotating freely like it's supposed to. What you are looking at is the home method of polishing a crankshaft. This is sandpaper with oil on it, using the rope method of spinning it back and forth. Going through the process of using various grits of sandpaper, starting with 400, then 600, 800, 1200, 1500, 2000, finishing off with 3000 grit sandpaper. And the final step is to polish it with a metal polish. And the final step is to clean it all up, because you don't want any of that junk left on your crankshaft when you go to assemble it. Final cleaning of the engine block and installing the main bearings. Dropping the crankshaft in, installing the main caps, and installing bolts using the correct torque sequence for these bolts. If it spins, it wins. This is a whole world difference. I could not turn this crank by hand when I started this rebuild. To do it right, you send it to the machine shop or the engine builder, which might be the same thing. Probably is. The engine builder probably has a machine shop. So, to do it right, that's what you do. To do it at home, I guess that's what you do. I don't know. Hope you guys have a great day. And wherever you are, I hope you're out there on the water. It's in two pieces behind me, the top and the bottom of the LS powered turbo jet ski LS powered. It's a LS engine. And today I'm working on gapping the rings and getting the pistons installed. This is honing the cylinders to clean them up so they're ready to have the pistons go back in. I was checking ring gap and putting pistons in, and then I found another problem. This rod is bent. It's ever so slight, but this rod is definitely bent. The weird part is, this is not one of the ones that broke or melted or had a problem. Number 6. It's on the crankshaft with number 5. So I don't know if I had anything to do with it, but we just gotta wait a little bit longer, that's all. Today I'm cleaning up the valves on V8 powered turbo personal watercraft. And the big thing here is cleaning up the melted on aluminum on our cylinder 5 and 7 valves, but I'm also going to be lapping all the valves so we have a nice, good sealing set of cylinder heads to go back on this engine when we put it together. This technique uses a grinding paste between the valve and the valve seat, and then the valve gets spun in order to sort of sand the two surfaces so that they mesh perfectly with each other and you get a nice sealing valve when you're all done. That's the theory, at least. Okay, now I'm putting the cylinder head into my cleaning binnacle. Clean it up quite nicely in the, let's see, what is that? What is that, a hypersonic cleaner? Well, do you know what it is? It's like a hydrosonic or hydrosonic cleaner? It's an ultrasonic cleaner. That's what it's called, ultrasonic cleaner. This is days later. I finally remembered, You can see all the valve seats. Well, I don't know if you can see them very well, but they look pretty good. This cylinder head's ready to be assembled and put back on, and I can't wait to get this V8 back out on the water. You may be wondering why I'm putting all this work into these cylinder heads when I have lots of other LS cylinder heads laying around that we could use.
Why are you doing a lot of videos?
That's what I do. I certainly could use one of the other sets that I have laying around, but these ones have a particular history, and I find it interesting to have them on the ski. And the most interesting thing about them is that these ones have been down into the depths. These are the ones that sank when the V8 ski sank. And yeah. Also, I didn't turn the sign on, and I hope you guys are having a good day. These babies showed up today. That is replacement rods for the one that is damaged and for the other one that I feel like I need to replace. Right in the middle of putting a cylinder head together still. Pause for a second on the cylinder head. Get these on. Finish up the bottom end of the engine. Cleaning up these new used rods and then attaching the pistons. I'm going to go ahead and clean the cylinders one more time with a little bit of automatic transmission fluid, just to make sure they're all clean and ready to go. Then I'm just going to slide the pistons in, and then we got to get all the rods torqued down to spec. Not sure if I said this yet, but it was cylinder number 6 that had the bent rod. We're doing 15 foot-pounds and then 85 degrees on these con rods. We're running the final step, 85 degrees. Everything's tightened down. Still spins the same. That took a while, but now I've got oil spewing on the ground, so that's good. Sort of, and because it's coming out of this back galley and coming out, which means I gotta get my top cover put on so it won't spill. Now we can keep turning. Some of the lifters are starting to prime. A quick little drip test on these. Right, no drips. This is the final torque step on heads. So, pretty stoked to be basically almost done. And the cylinder heads are installed. Alright, well, as you can see, whether or not I asked for it or wanted it, I've got my little volunteers in here helping me. And I kind of like to call them my unpaid workers. Gives it a little bit different dynamic. But they're helping me, and we are putting the rocker arms and push rods in. And as you can see, they're very, very helpful. But it's fun, though. It's fun.
Hi! Everything is good in the VHXE.
The output shaft that goes to the gearbox is not straight anymore. because it is cracked. I know it's difficult to see, but it's right next to the weld where it cracked, not the weld itself. And this is the joy of an experimental watercraft that maybe possibly was inadvisable to build in the first place.
We've welded it back together, and now that it's welded back together, to get rid of the wobbliness or to make sure that it's completely true, the easiest way to do that would be to grab this in a lathe and then spin it and face this area off true to here, and also turn this area true to the shaft. We've got a guy. That's really good.
Yeah. Today is a big day because I am just about to put the engine back into the V8 Turbo Ski. Getting the exhaust all sorted out before it goes back on. Ended up getting a new merge collector, or whatever that's called, little Y pipe, because it was rotted out.
Goes down into some things right here.
Don't mind a little knocking on the set. That's just the unpaid workers working away. Quiet on the set. One of the big questions when I first started this V8 personal watercraft was, how are you going to put oil in it? I saved 1 quart of oil, so I can show you guys how I put oil in this thing. Here's the oil that I put in here, so go wild in the comment section. And this is how you put oil. And then you go ahead and put the oil cap back on. Out of here, coming out of the fuel system. The only thing I forgot was to hook the belt up all the way.
Huh.
No. I mean, yeah, no, you're okay.
Oh, oh, that's steel. Holy.
That's
a thing that happened.
well, that sucks. If it's not terribly clear, I'm replacing the fuel line because the old fuel line developed a leak for some reason. Okay. Got this section replaced. Now we're gonna fire it up. That sounds weird. Fire it up. Whatever. We're gonna start it up. You guys know what time it is. Time to plug the laptop in, see what's going on. Surely it's the idle control, or just needs to break in a little bit. So I'll get after it, and you know, we'll have it out there soon, unless something unexpected happens. Like it pretty much always does. I'll get the fuel tank removed from the hull, and I am draining out all the old gas and getting fresh new fuel. I've also got new fuel line here and the new lower fuel line because we had a fuel line problem. So that's what I'm working on today, getting all that stuff installed and fresh fuel and more running on the hose.